What is up, guys? Dashing here, bringing you episode 566 of Community Universe Mode and edition number 151 of Friday Night Genesis. A Fallout edition from this past Sunday's Exodus, which was an amazing pay-per-view from top to bottom, and now we are officially on the road to Validation that plays host to the Battle of the Brands. And we know that at that very event, one of the most hyped matches on the card is that cross-brand Elimination Chamber featuring two superstars from each show. And we already know the two representatives for Genesis are Chris Andrews and Braxton Sutter after they won that qualifying tag match, beating out Tim LaFave and Paul Devine at Exodus. Earlier this week on Fusion, we found out their representatives in the returning Hayden and TZ Masu qualified by defeating Percy Simmons. Then yesterday on Genesis, it was revealed that Dante Tatum and Eli Robledo would be fighting for the brand of the future. That is an absolutely stacked lineup to step inside of the Devil's Domain, guys. But we know that's not the only thing coming at Validation. The main event, a Champion of Champions triple threat. The undisputed champion, the NGW champion, and the Alpha World champion will collide to prove who is the superior athlete across all three brands. And in tonight's main event, we are going to find out once and for all who will represent the yellow brand as Tops Newsome challenges Pat LaFave, finally gets him one-on-one for the Alpha World Championship. But first, we kick things off with a return in the form of Doug Thompson, guys. Now, a whole lot of you who haven't been around for too long might not know that name. Back when Implosion was still a thing, he was a upstart, handpicked by CMV legend Eric Matthews at the young age of 17 to become one of the future stars of CMV. But, well, a brutal neck injury at the hands of Chet Taylor had him on the shelf for the past 2 years. But now Thompson is back, and he wasted no time getting into the thick of things as he got into a pretty heated confrontation with Reese Matthews at the top of this show, and ended up laying out the former undisputed champion with his patented standing cutter. He calls it the stamp of approval. Now Doug Thompson gears up to take on another CMV veteran in the form of none other than Mike Miles. Doug Thompson stating that he's been forced for the past 2 years to watch as everybody passed him by. But no longer will he allow that. Will the Chosen One's mission be hitting a roadblock immediately, though, when it comes to the Madman, a former international champion? Mike Miles, who had a rough run-in with Kevin Silva last week in his return to Genesis, nearly had the Portuguese God of Wrestling beat, but thanks to some distractions by Saria, Silva was able to get the better of him. I'm sure Mike Miles is still a bit salty about that, but, well, he's got to remain focused. Otherwise, he'll be run over by another up-and-comer. Guys, along with that colossal Alpha World title main event, what a show we have in store for you. Braxton Sutter going to take on all three members of the reunited clique. They are back, baby. The boys are back in town. Randy Borton, Xander Slayton, Bob Luger reforming clique, and they're looking to take out the cleaner, Pat LaFave's final ally. I mean, to be honest, guys, this episode of Genesis right here could be the final downfall of Pat LaFave if he loses the Alpha World Championship. He's got nobody backing him up. Castle Dave and Dave Turner specifically put Braxton Sutter in that 1v3 handicap match so that he won't be able to help out Pat LaFave later on tonight. Big clothesline from the Madman. You've also got a little bit later on a 4 quarters tornado tag team match, guys. The winners will challenge Reese Ortiz and Josh Wolf for the World Tag Team titles right here next week on Genesis. Whoever are the World Tag Team Champions after that will go on to represent the brand at Validation in the Battle of the Tag Teams. Doug Thompson fires back with a clothesline of his own. Now this fight can spill to the outside. Remember the new rules in CMV, the superstars have it to the count of 20 to get back into the ring. Speaking of Reese Ortiz, though, he is also in singles action tonight. Going to try to recuperate after his devastating loss inside a Hell in a Cell at Exodus as he goes toe-to-toe with the new international champion, Matt Devious. Doug Thompson catching Mike Miles as he was getting back in the ring with that jumping neck breaker. Look at Mike Miles. Ooh, traditionally been a strong man, using his power to toss around his opponents, but seems in his time off he's adapted some new skills. Mini curb stomp. Mike Miles is feeling himself right now. He's certainly got the crowd on his side. Lateral press here by Mike Miles, guys. Also in the books for this show, the new light heavyweight champion, Jaquan Shea, looking to kick off his reign the right way when he goes one-on-one with the Hardy Policeman, No Fun Martini. Side headlock by Mike Miles. Probably the matchup I'm most looking forward to tonight besides the main event. We've got Kevin Silva set to go one-on-one with Brett Angel. That could be a show stealer. Doug Thompson trying to catch a little bit of a break here. Mike Miles does a taunt, mocking him, then going to collect. Bam! Face first off the ring steps. Mike Miles has fought the best of them here in CMV. Doug Thompson sees himself as the best. Will his grand return after 2 weeks, though? 2 weeks, that would have been a lot shorter. 2 years. I meant to say he's been forced to sit at home with that neck injury. Doug Thompson going for something big there, I do believe. Double M able to reverse it, but then Thompson takes it right back. Misses that punch, and that might cost him. Mike Miles with a takedown, trying to get through with some jabs, but Doug doing a good job of protecting his face. Kick to the midsection and then there. Jockeying for control, but it's going to be Mike Miles, the stronger of the two. Irish whip. Rebounds, and Miles with a pop-up headbutt. I wonder if there's been a Foreign Affairs reunion yet, if Mike Miles has run into Chris Andrews as the Brit prepares to step into his 3rd Elimination Chamber in just a few weeks at Validation. Britt is the only one of the 6 guys to have prior experience inside of the Devil's Domain, and he's won both of the prior chambers he's been in. His opponents, Braxton Sutter. Well, no, actually, I'm lying. Hayden has also been in 2 Elimination Chambers. Unlike Britt, though, he hasn't won either of them. So I'd still give Britt the benefit of the doubt, and most definitely probably going to be the favorite, as TZ Mastante, Tatum, Eli Robledo have never stepped foot inside of that structure. Doug Thompson with a pop-up, being a bit cheeky here with Mike Miles. Wow, look at that. Leaving the ring. Doug Thompson is playing with Miles here, guys. And I don't know if that's so smart on the part of the Chosen One, who now just grinds his elbow into the jaw of the Madman. Mike Miles never one to go down without a fight. Walking right into that fallaway slam, though. Lower back seems to be hurting Mike Miles as Doug Thompson backs into the corner. Lines up a shot, closing in. Miles is in the deep end, guys. His head is going under the water. Doug Thompson has eyes to finish. Irish whip off the ropes again with the pop-up. Thompson needs to stop fooling, guys, and this is why. Mike Miles has the upper hand. Tries to go low. I think he may have been looking for a low blow even. That would have been right in front of the referee. Good thing Mike Miles defended against it, because otherwise might be a DQ here. Sidewalk slam by the former international champion into a lateral press to pin. Only a 1 count though. You know what Mike Miles is looking for? He's going to try to soften Doug up for the 10 miles out. Thompson has to avoid that at all costs as he again has Miles in the corner. Oh, mama! Reverse STO into that second turnbuckle. 1, 2, 3, and that's going to do it. Miles out like a light as Doug Thompson is victorious in his return to the ring. Another valiant effort by Mike Miles, but much like last week against Kevin Silva, he is bettered by the younger generation. What a way for Doug to defeat Miles, though, just bashing his face in. Doug Thompson has made quick work here on Genesis tonight. Racking up them enemies already. First Reese Matthews, now Mike Miles. Doug Thompson better have eyes in the back of his head. And speaking of Reese Matthews, he ain't waiting to get revenge. The former undisputed champion's out here to try and get back at Thompson for what happened earlier tonight when Thompson laid him out with that standing cutter. Reese looking to take Dougie home. Reality check. Not done either is the CMV veteran. Vintage Reese right here. Knee strike, discus clothesline, BFT, and Reese even still isn't content as he lines Doug up for the total package pile driver. And that's what you get, Doug Thompson, when you mess with a former undisputed champion. Reese Matthews gets the last laugh, strutting the pose too on top of it all. Welcome to Genesis, Doug Thompson. We have still got plenty more to come, guys, here for Genesis number 151. And this is a match that both men in it believe they should be the main event over the Alpha World Championship match. It was quite a Twitter war. Started off between Reese Ortiz and Top Newsome. Then Mark Intel got involved. And then Matt Devious jumped in. But Ortiz is obviously not happy that Top Newsome was chosen over him to get that one-on-one shot against Pat LaFave later on tonight in our main event for the Alpha World Championship. But if you think about it, originally Tops was supposed to get a one-on-one match against Pat, and then inside the Hell in a Cell at Exodus, it was Reese Ortiz who was pinned by Pat LaFave after that low blow leg drop combo. Ortiz, I think, has enough to worry about already anyhow as one half of the World Tag Team Champions. You can see his partner Josh Wolf going to be in his corner for tonight. Wolf not in action here tonight, still recuperating from that shock loss against George King at Exodus. And these two, as announced a bit earlier, will defend their titles right here next week on Genesis against the winners of the Four Corners Tornado Tag Team match a little bit later on in the show. And on top of all of that, Ortiz is in the ring with the brand spanking new CMV International Champion Matt Devious, the Hero Killer, for the third time pinning and defeating Brett Angel at Exodus to win the gold, and hoping to begin his reign with a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's right there on the tip of the tongue. I guess you could say dominant victory over Reese Ortiz. That's not the word I want, though. Definitive, I think, is what I'm looking for. A definitive win over someone the likes of Reese Ortiz. And there he is. The dastardly villain of CMV wears the International Championship around his waist. It has been the season of Devious so far. He has done everything he said he was going to do. Beat Paul Devon, he did it at Death Wish. Beat Brett Angel, he did it 3 times. And Matt Devious might be more dangerous than ever before now that he has something to fight for. With validation on the horizon, every single superstar is clamoring to be a part of that card because it's been hailed as quite possibly being the biggest pay-per-view in CMV's history. Matt Devious is usually the one hunting the prey, but now that he's champion, he's got a target on his back. A target that Reese Ortiz is looking at a bullseye here tonight, because if Ortiz could beat Matt Devious, surely that puts him next in line for a shot at the International Championship. And there they are, the CMV World Tag Team Champions, the winners of the 4th annual CMV Tag Team Cup, and 2 men who had very unfortunate nights at Exodus again. Josh Wolf not just beaten, but dominated at the hands of George King, while Reese Ortiz was embarrassed inside Hell in a Cell by Pat LaFave. Hoping to rebound here against Devious and get a bit of momentum ahead of their title defense next week. Both these guys would love to represent Genesis at Validation in the Battle of the Tag Teams. Josh Wolf just out here for moral support. I don't think he's in any condition physically or mentally to try and get in that ring tonight. Referee rings the bell. Let's get it on. Devious explodes out of the corner with an attempted wheel kick. Reese Ortiz just sidesteps and pulling a sunshine there, if you will, back in the day for the veterans that are here. Ooh, mama. Matt Devious popping Reese Ortiz up and catching him on the way down. Both boots right up under the jaw. Reese Ortiz gonna come back strong though with that tilt-a-whirl DDT. And then a little bit of a pose by the antagonist. A former antagonist against the current antagonist, Reese Ortiz. Look at that. The winner of the 4th annual Cyborg Invitational. Baseball slide Hurricane Rana just a couple of minutes into this match. Ooh, and then face first goes the International Champion off the ring apron. Kick to the back of the knee. Then a kick to the midsection. Going to take Ortiz down to one knee and a DDT on the outside. Josh Wolf can do nothing but watch from a distance. If he tries to get involved, it could mean a disqualification. And I'm sure Ortiz wouldn't be happy about that, because again, if Ortiz can beat Devious here, that'll put him next in line for a shot at the international title, as Brett Angel has made it very clear he does not want to enact his rematch clause, saying that Devious will always be around, and so will the International Championship. For now, Brett Angel has other things to attend to, and we'll get into that a little bit later on tonight. Irish whip into the corner. Ooh, high knee to the chest. Reese Ortiz going to take it with a pinch of salt, though. Clothesline does not fully connect, but he got enough of it. Side headlock. Grounded position. Matt Devious does like to bully his opponents using his physique and power to do so. Reese Ortiz wise to try and keep the Hero Killer grounded. Goes for a high knee of his own. Matt Devious loves his knees, though. I don't think you're going to out-knee Matt Devious. Two in a row. Enzu Lariat into the pin. One. Oh, hardly a 1 count. Matt Devious, knowing his surroundings, going to roll to the outside as Reese Ortiz says it's only a matter of time. Baby, you can run, but you can't hide. Back into the ring comes the dastardly villain. Caught with an Irish whip. Haluva kick perhaps on the horizon. Matt Devious ready for it. Double knees to the back. And now a heavy Irish whip. Sternum first into those turnbuckles. High kick caught. Wheel kick. Reese Ortiz has got something in his pocket. Super kick to the knee. Another one to the jaw. And Ortiz wasted no time. He's got Devious right where he wants him. The antagonist cutter. Into the pin, center of the ring. Nowhere to go. Only a 2 count. Reese Ortiz can't seem to believe that wasn't enough. Oh, but look at that. Not letting it deter for too long. Bit of a cheeky handspring front flip. Ortiz should know better, especially against an opponent like Matt Devious. He can't waste time taunting. Skull cracked with that air raid siren neck breaker. And look at Devious go now that he's got the upper hand, just stomping on the side of Ortiz's head. And here comes that possibly career-ending, at the very least shortening maneuver, the vertebraker. But Ortiz did his homework. Counter with an exploder suplex, and now Ortiz looking to dig into his old dirty heel ways with this leverage pin. But Devious, there's a reason we call him the dastardly villain. Wow, look at that takedown by Reese Ortiz. Open palm strikes, but I don't think any of them got through. Into a cross arm bar. Cross arm bar applied by Reese Ortiz. An escape though by Matt. Look at those straight punches to the face. Reese Ortiz, a man who prides himself on his looks. Gotta watch the moneymaker. Elbow to the side of the head. I think Matt Devious has a face only a mother could love. Irish whip into the corner. Maybe a Haluva kick. Yes! Attempted again, but reversed. And another rendition of skull cracked. To the pin this time. 1, 2, 3, and Matt Devious begins his reign with that decisive win over Reese Ortiz. What a match between these two, and what a victory for the new international champion. But wait a minute, Matt Devious, he's not finished, come on. Unnecessary, where's Josh Wolf? Josh Wolf not getting in to help as Devious unnecessarily stomping away at Reese Ortiz. A despicable display by the hero killer. But from one new champion trying to kick off their reign the right way to another, as the brand new light heavyweight champion Jaquan Shea, who won the title in that unforgettable fatal 5-way ladder match at Exodus, takes on one of the 4 men he beat out in the form of No Fun Martini, who with a victory here could easily see himself get the shot at Shea. Still to come, Braxton Sutter takes on all 3 members of the reunited Clique, that 4 Corners Tornado Tag Team match to figure out who will challenge Reese Ortiz and Josh Wolf next week for the tag team titles. And in the main event, the Alpha World Championship on the line as Top Newsome finally gets Pat LaFave 1-on-1. Jaquan Shea returned from a 4-month hiatus in order to take part in that ladder match. And you can't ask for a much better return than winning the light heavyweight championship. And also as a former 2-time Anarchy champion, Jaquan Shea has positioned himself already for quite a future here on the yellow brand. But he might run into some trouble with the law tonight, as the party policeman, Cass LaFave's constable, a former international champion in his own right, is out here to soil that party that Jaquan Shea is throwing, because there is no fun allowed. No Fun Martini was one of the guys who I would probably say took that MVP award for the ladder match, man. Remember, he speared Azrael, who was hanging off of the championship at one point, down onto a ladder. Yeah, and much more. But here he comes, Jaquan Shea. I, for one, am super hyped to have him back. I was always a big Jaquan Shea fan. And I also have to say, he looks damn good with that light heavyweight championship. Like Matt Devious we just saw, will things start off well in the reign of Shea? Jaquan Shea, a naturally gifted athlete. Incredible agility this kid possesses that Martini is probably going to have a tough time dealing with. So let's get it on. No Fun Martini out here to crash the celebration of Jaquan Shea as referee James rings that bell and we get it on. Beautiful tiger suplex right out of the gate from Martini that Shea is going to fire back with a wow DDT off the tilt-a-whirl. That's what I'm talking about. Martini not a big fan of it though. Knee smash, tries for a punch. Another tilt-a-whirl DDT. Look at Shea go. Wanting to prove to everyone, well, I think he already did in the ladder match, but if there are any naysayers left, he wants to shut their mouths. Ain't no ring rust on him. Martini digging the knees into the back. Wait a minute. Is that's the music of Azrael, guys. The Boa, who was also a part of that fatal five-way ladder match at Exodus. What the hell? Wait, he's in the ring! Azrael's in the ring! Why is he attacking Martini, though? The best one around with his vintage consequence, and the match is thrown out, guys. Referee James saw it, and No Fun Martini is the winner via disqualification. Was that Azrael's plan to ruin the first night as champion for Jaquan Shea by costing him the match via DQ? Either way, Azrael is the only man standing over the champion and Martini. Azrael, I think, making it very clear his chase for the light heavyweight championship did not end at Exodus. But now we get into, excuse me, I got a hair in my nose, our fourth match of the night, and there seems to be a midget Randy Orton. Still recovering from my sickness, pardon me. I know I've been sniffling a lot so far, too. I apologize. But indeed, For many in the CMV universe, it was a joyous way to kick off the show tonight as Click reunited. Remember at Exodus, we had Bob Luger taking on Xander Slate for the first time ever one-on-one when Randy Morton would return for the first time, guys, in over 4 months. Not siding with either man. He was breaking up the pins of Bob Luger. He was breaking up the pins of Xander Slate. In the end, Slate did get the victory after Morton was ejected. And we started off the night much the same. Bob Luger and Xander Slate bickering, but Bort would come out and say that we shouldn't be fighting. We were brothers. We were on top of the world. We owned Genesis, but we let our own egos get in the way. This time, we could do better. Let's reform Click. Let's make Genesis great again. And he actually swayed Luger and Slate to get on the same page again. And I think that Braxton Sutter and Pat LaFave also helped a bit, as Pat would come out saying that he is not going to have Click come back when he's already battling, Cass LaFave and Dave Turner, the Rebellion, the Kingdom, the remnants of Unmatched. And so he dispatched Braxton Sutter to take care of Luger and Slate, but, well, Click ended up working together to battle back the Cleaner and Pat's right-hand man. And now to make sure that Braxton does not try to get involved in the main event later on tonight, where Top Susan challenges Pat for the Alpha World Championship, Cass has stuck the massive Sutter in this 1v3 handicap match. I still am not counting out Braxton, though. As we get a tweet from Matt Davies, who says, no matter how this night ends, you and I need to have a chat, Pat. I just beat another big deal, quote unquote, on Genesis, and yet I still don't feel appreciated. Sweeten the deal, or I'll just have to take my talents elsewhere, boss. Matt Davies, a mercenary for hire. I don't know that the regime is going to last past tonight, though. Braxton Sutter is the only truly loyal man left, sticking by the side of Pat. And if Pat loses the Alpha World title tonight, guys, what does he have left? He's already getting edged out of his general manager position. No matter what the future may hold in that regard, Braxton Sutter is one of the 2 men who represent Genesis inside of the Elimination Chamber at Validation. But will he survive tonight? As they are back, Bob Luger, Xander Slate, and Randy Morton, the Click, has come home. The men who ruled Genesis, all former 3 world champions. But this is going to be the real test to see if Luger and Slate can truly work together again. Oh, wow, look at Slate just bumped into the shoulder of Braxton, but Sutter also refusing to leave the ring for Click's entrance here. Pretty disrespectful. But Braxton just does not give a shit. No fucks given by the Cleaner here. And as the match gets set to begin, guys, a tweet now from Azrael says, now you know how it feels to have a win stolen from you. Everyone knows for a fact you didn't deserve to win in that ladder match. So indeed, Azrael ruining the first night as champion for Jaquan Shea by attacking No Fun Martini in that last match, giving the Party Policeman the win via disqualification. As Braxton Sutter, guys, and Randy Borton start things off. This is Borton's first match in nearly 5 months. Not since Ascendant 7. Oh, wow, yeah, Borton, I think that's a little bit of a tall task to try to undertake. Scoop slamming Braxton, backfiring. Not since Ascendant 6, though, as I was saying, has Borton been in competition. As Braxton, guys, has this Cobra Clutch crossface locked in pretty tight. Luckily, Borton is able to escape. Irish whip into the corner, tries for a jumping clothesline. Borton moves out of the way. The crafty Milkman Moo, moo, moo. A two-time World Heavyweight Champion. Gonna make that tag to Xander Slate. These two men shared 2 rings as World Tag Team Champs together last season. Xander Slate taking the hand of Braxton Sutter, just trying to cave his skull in. And a reply from the light heavyweight champion, Jaquan Shea, says, as you ain't a big deal, you just want some attention. Now I owe you another match. Maybe for the belt? Maybe. Xander Slate dragging Braxton by the arm away from the ropes as he works the kidneys, and then taking a minute to gloat about his handiwork. Ooh, watch out. Using one of Sutter's own tactics against him, that illegal choke. You are correct. Hang on. Vintage Slate. The Slate Walk Slam. Haven't seen that in a long time. I did read that tweet wrong. Jaquan Shea was offering Martini another match for the championship. My bad. I'm so caught up in Click's return here, all right? As Xander brings Borton back into the mix. Assisted punch to the gut. Oh, accidentally hit Slate there. And then Braxton goes for Slate with a clothesline. Missed. Borton's able to capitalize in the mayhem. Backbreaker, Russian leg sweep combination. Attempted Irish whip countered by Braxton into the corner. The cleaner slowly approaches. If I'm Pat LaFave, man, I'm sitting in the back right now biting my nails. No Braxton Sutter. The regime in shamble. Your power as GM dwindling as the minutes go by, and you have to defend your championship against a mad Tops Newsom tonight? You could have paid me to be in Pat LaFave's shoes. Oh, Vintage Borton, go home driver. Borton ain't done though. The Moo Moo Man taking Sutter for a walk. Into the corner, Click. Braxton though stops him just as they get there with a trio of elbows to the midsection. Kick to the midsection, nope, caught, trip up, turned over, STF. Borton with the STF applied to the big man. Will Braxton suddenly be forced to tap out? No. Able to roll through, gets Borton off, right into the corner. He goes off the Irish whip though. Tag, no, attempted. Sutter shuts it down, hitting Slate. Irish whip, watch out, James taking his bump for the night. Boot to the side of the head. Irish whip back to the corner. Borton is determined to make this tag. He gets it. Here comes the OG dirty heel, baby. Oh, boot to the head. Knee strike. Wow! A launching moonsault. That was beautiful. And now Slate to put the cherry on top. The icing on the cake. Knee. Oh, Braxton moves out of the way, though. And now the elevated flatliner. From the cleaner, will that do it? One. No, just a 1 count. Braxton now continues to work on Slate with that shoulder claw, softening him up to finish off the show once and for all. Brainbuster onto the brace. The exposed steel. You see Borton and Luger trying to give Slate some time to kick out. Will it be enough? 1, 2, it will. And that's the teamwork of Click on full display. Slate. Snapmare has him seated, but Braxton just picks him right back up. And what is this now from the Mastodon Beast Bomb? Hardly able to stand, even for a man like Sutter. 1v3 is no easy task. In fact, the odds aren't possible, to say the least. But he is just ripping apart Slate at the moment. Dragon sleeper by Sutter. Very rarely does he apply submission holds, but when he does, they are done to devastating effect. Remember, a few weeks ago, he tapped out Josh Wolf. Desperately wants to make a tag to Xander. Look at Borton with the help. Hot shot. And now Sutter's in La La Land. Slate, though, still not looking like he's all there. Decides to try and finish off Braxton, but that was a mistake. Xander Slate doesn't need any help, picking himself up, elbow to the midsection, into a front headlock now. And the former two-time World Heavyweight Champion with a, pump handle Samoan drop. Look how quickly he connected with that too. A second time, Xander Slate going to attempt that swinging knee from the corner. Oh. Again, Braxton Sutter, though, steps out of the way. Seems as though he's got that move well scouted. And now Slate is in big trouble. The cleaner looks to live up to his name. Brainbuster onto the brace. Slate's going to need help here, guys. One. And there's that numbers game. Borton breaking up the pin. Braxton is anything but happy about it, but still you see it taunting, mocking Click, saying, look at this, it's 1v3 and I'm still beating the snot out of you guys. Back to that shoulder claw. Hellish, if you could repost that tweet, I will read it. I saw it, but couldn't get to it in time. As Braxton Sutter slides Xander Slate through the ropes, Hangman's DDT. Xander has got to find a way to get to his corner, and I'd say tag in Luger. Here we go, the opening's created. Xander gonna slap hands with Borton though, guys. Luger's gotta be starting to feel left out. Randy Borton and Xander Slate continuing to tag each other. Here was that tweet, though, guys, from George King, who said, you shouldn't be offering peasants championship opportunities. The one you should be offering that title shot to is El Tejera. George King, an ally of El Tejera, trying to put Jaquan Shea in line. Swinging knee from Sutter sets up Borton for a taste of that brainbuster. Borton's able to counter it, though, after seeing Slate hit with it twice. Braxton Sutter goes for a neck breaker. Randy Borton with a clothesline, though. The Milkman has slayed giants in the past. He's fought the best of the best of the best here in CMV. And another go-home driver. Borton is gassed, though. Barely able to stand on his own 2 feet. You can see his chest rising and falling again and again. That kick to the back just pissed Borton off. Maybe going for sweet move music. Up against the ropes. Irish whip. Watch out, James. You already took your bump in this match. Luger. Whoa! Borton! Slingshot back elbow out of nowhere. And now maybe gonna try to put this one away. Sutter just will not stay down, though. And the second time's the charm. Brainbuster onto the brace. Xander Slate arguing with referee James. Luger breaks up the pin, but Slate saving Luger by punching Luger in the back. I'm not too sure, guys. This has been a rocky start for Click's reunion. For some reason, they're not tagging in the work ethic Titan. But Borton with the Borto end! It's been too long since I've been able to say that. 1, 2, 3! And the Milkman brings it home for the Good Brothers. The Click is back, guys, but are they on the same page? Luger doesn't seem all that upset that he didn't get a slice of the action tonight, but, well, maybe that was a strategy. I don't know. I can't get into the minds of these three. One way or another, the celebration is on, and Genesis is going to be too sweet again. Oh, Borton's wrist bending in a rather queer way. So now that Braxton Sutter has been taken care of, Pat LaFave is truly going to be all on his own for our main event later on tonight, where he defends his championship against Tops Newsom. But into our tertiary main event, it is that 4 quarters tornado tag team match, guys, where the winning team will get the crack, I should say, at Reese Ortiz and Josh Wolf right here next week on Genesis for the World Tag Team titles. And whomever the champions are after that will go on to represent the yellow brand at Validation in the Battle of the Tag Teams. And we have certainly got 4 very hungry tandems. The Anarchists, the Outlaws, the Street Gods, and Vintage. If you don't know how this match works, all 8 men will be legal at the same time. It is the first team to gain a pinfall or submission that will become the #1 contenders. You know, all season long, I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago, El Jefe, as Mr. Money in the Bank, has that contract he can cash in anytime, anywhere for an Alpha World title opportunity. But if you think about it, he hasn't had the chance. Pat LaFave has been champion since the first episode of Genesis this season and has only appeared twice since then, not including tonight. That was at Death Wish in the handicap match. It was Josh Wolf versus Braxton Sutter and Pat. And then at Exodus, Hell in a Cell triple threat. El Jefe couldn't have cashed in. Even if he wanted to, he wouldn't be able to get inside the Hell in a Cell. So tonight very well could be the opportunity the Human Fish has been waiting for, because it's Toss Newsom versus Pat LaFave one-on-one. No cages, no handicaps, nobody ringside. I mean, I'm just putting it out there. I'm just saying. And this is a team that has had quite the gripe with management as of late, because if you remember, it was about a month and a half ago that the Anarchists defeated the ATL clean when they were still the champions. So Crow and Caleb Reed have been feeling as though they should have gotten a title opportunity by now, and that they most certainly don't have to earn it. The former Fusion Tag Team Champions taking it upon themselves to attack teams on the roster in recent weeks, including the Police Squad. The Anarchists have been a tag team for nearly a year at this point. Know each other very well. Crow has been a friend of the Reed family for most of his life. And these two share a bond that might be hard for the other three teams to deal with. Who wants to come over here and give me a neck massage? Neck's all messed up from looking at my TV this angle. And this is a team of two guys that want nothing more than to whoop some ass. The first ever Fusion Tag Team Champions, Duke Briggs and Buzzsaw Jack the Outlaws. It has been, well, a pretty good week, and it could be even better next week for the Briggs family, as we know Andrew Briggs on Fusion will challenge Jacob Ziegler for the undisputed title. Amber Briggs, the women's division overseer on NGW. I mean, Duke is really the outcast of the family. Winning that championship gold is his way of attempting to, say, hey, look at me. I'm a Briggs. I'm doing well. Duke Briggs in his snakeskin boots and Buzzsaw Jack looking like he just came out of the goddamn forest somewhere. If I saw this guy taking a walk through the woods, I think I was seeing Sasquatch. I just realized, by the way, I know I'm a bit late, but that's 2 weeks in a row Martini has won his matches by DQ. Remember last week, Mike Kirsch low blowed him. Poor Martini. He might be getting a light heavyweight title shot, though, in the near future, so he doesn't have all that much to cry about. And another pair of former tag team champions over on Unmatched, guys. The cousin pairing of Anthony Brown and Curtis Heist. Coming to Genesis only a couple of months ago. It's Anthony Brown who's really been the shining star, though. A former television champion while he was on Unmatched. Made it to the finals of the Openweight Championship qualifier at Exodus. He had that awesome triple threat with Reese Matthews and Sam Valentine. That Valentine ended up winning, and now we know the Dream will represent the Yellow Brand at Validation against whomever wins that match between Shamrock and Bannon next week on Fusion to crown the first ever Openweight champion here in CMV. Beard on a pole match, Bateman. The razor is on a pole. Whoever gets the razor first off the pole gets to shave the other guy's beard. Now that is a Russo match. And the only team of these four guys to never hold Tag Team Gold, despite being the winners of the inaugural X-Gen Tag Team Classic. The unorthodox duo of the 500-pound Joey Bacon and Mr. Money in the Bank, the Human Fish El Jefe. Doesn't stop them from being fan favorites, though. Having Joey Bacon on your side is quite an advantage, I'd say, in any scenario, really. Imagine you're at the buffet, you really want to get ahead of the line because they're running out of the fish sticks. You just Put Joey Bacon up there, shoving everybody out of the way. Again, El Jefe has in his possession that Money in the Bank contract that grants him a title match anytime, anywhere he so chooses. But for right now, focused on winning this Four Corners Tornado Tag Team match. This is going to be mayhem. Going to be hard to keep up with what's going on, but I'll try. The two biggest men in the match immediately go after each other, Joey Bacon and Buzzsaw Jack, while Curtis Heiss and Duke Briggs, no pun intended, duke it out. Caleb Reed and Anthony Brown, and last but not least, Crow and El Jefe, a former Anarchy champion, taking on a former two-time light heavyweight champion, sliding shin strike. Overhead goes Buzzsaw Jack with that fireman's carry. Joey Bacon now has his sights set on, I believe that's Big Duke over there. Again, the winning team of this match will challenge Ray Ortiz and Josh Wolf next week right here on Genesis for the World Tag Team titles. Well, there goes Curtis Heiss, the first man to roll to the outside. I didn't think it was going to take too long. Kitchen Sink has Crow down. Buzzsaw Jack just might be the hairiest man in all of CMV, maybe in the entirety of the wrestling world, but Joey Bacon might rival him. I mean, he's literally got hair on his goddamn shoulders. Yeah, we got a glimpse of this yesterday during NGW, that women's triangle tornado tag, but that was elimination. This is first to a fall, pin or submission in the ring. And we will have ourselves a winning tandem. Careful, I don't know if disqualifications are on or not. Countouts obviously aren't, because James hasn't started to count out El Jefe or Big Duke Briggs out there. Deadlift German suplex to Briggs as Joey Bacon takes just a second to pander to the CMV universe. Anthony Hunt showing no fear as he sizes up Big Ham. El Jefe holding his own against a man who's probably 150 pounds heavier than him, probably a foot taller. I think Duke Briggs might hunt game bigger than El Jefe. Never count out the human fish though. Last year's Royal Rumble winner. And gave Chris Andrews a hell of a fight for the title at a homecoming. And if you're the type of person who likes to rely on statistics, then El Jefe's got about a 90% chance of becoming a future world champion by cashing in. Only 3 times ever has a cash-in failed in CMV history. Most recently, that was MLP at the end of last season. Anthony Brown, standing cutter by Brown. Doesn't go for the pin though, or El Jefe reversed the pin because he's just that powerful. El Jefe with a clothesline. Look at Curtis Heiss. A man just as big, if not bigger than him. Thrown with ease right in the corner. Temple clap rejected by Duke Briggs. And looking to take El Jefe up high. Choke slam to Mr. Money in the Bank. Will the Outlaws qualify? No. Oh, Duke Briggs has got another one waiting for him. Crow with that inadvertent save. Oh my God. Springboard kick to the back of El Jefe's head. I don't know if Brown was even targeting El Jefe. He was just there. Wrong place, wrong time. Duke Briggs. Pump handle power slam. Do the Outlaws have it? Nope. Caleb Reed saving his partner. Joey Bacon and Jack continuing their battle of the mammoths. Lower left-hand corner here. Anthony Brown, inverted Dragon Rana on Crow. Sliding shin straight to Curtis Heist. Goodbye Brown. Sends him to the outside, guys. El Jefe's got Heist all alone in the ring. As Crow, with a 10-foot risk elbow stamp. Could have just cracked the skull of Anthony Brown. What the hell is El Jefe doing here? El Jefe, guys. Lining up Heist. Whoa, roll through, oh, face buster! El Jefe makes the pin. Will Vintage qualify? No, Crow. Just in the nick of time. But El Jefe finds himself another target, Anthony Brown, who still hasn't recuperated from that elbow stamp. Hook, line, and sinker coming. No, another cutter! Brown into the pin. Crow, the MVP of the pin breaks this match. Joey Bacon checking on his best friend, El Jefe, before returning to battle in the ringside area. Spinning leg drop by Brown. El Jefe's coming at him full force, but Brown's ready. Tosses the arriba man. The little fish back out into the ocean. Crow! Rocket kick. If that would have connected, it might have meant the victory, but Brown was ready for it. To the top rope. We've seen Brown go up here before, and I think I know what he's looking for. Elbow drop. No, I thought he was going for Air Anthony, but decided against it. A triangle choke being applied. Will Crow tap out, guys? Will Crow be forced to submit? Can Bacon make the save in time? Yes, he can. Absolute carnage is what this match has been so far. Headbutt busts open Brown. Heist going for his hashtag. That ham fist down the gullet. Oh no, Big Ham wants to deliver the Baconator. Curtis Heist gonna pay for that. Uh-oh. Not a place you want to be when you're in the ring with the 500-pounder. Looking for the Baconator. Crow waiting in the wings, though. Not going to let him make the pin. Going to try to steal the pin. Whoa, but Bacon makes the save. Back body drop, El Jefe hits his derriere on the canvas. I think Crow had a plan to try and go to the top rope, maybe connect with that crow's nest. For a second there, all 8 guys are actually in the ring. I mean, Crow's just gonna wing it. Whoever he hits, he hits. Elbow stamp again, but Curtis Heist able to dodge it. Oh, meteor from Brown. Big Dude Briggs just collapsed. I didn't see what he got hit with. Hot shot. Or a stun gun. And some more might know it by. Are we going to get the Air Anthony now? This would be a massive sized Air Anthony. Oh dear God, he's going to go for it. Air Anthony! Air Anthony! Will the Street Gods qualify? I think they might. 1, 2, 3, they do! The Street Gods have earned themselves a tag team title shot next week against Reese Ortiz and Josh Wood. What a match that was. You saw El Jefe, as fast as he could, attempted to get back in that ring and save his BFF, but El Jefe's chance to shine right there. The Street Gods looking to become tag team champions once again. It was actually Reese Ortiz and Josh Wolf who beat them out in the Tag Team Cup a couple of months ago. So also a shot at redemption. Our main event is still to come, guys. Top Newsome challenges Pat LaFave one-on-one for the Alpha World Championship. But first, we have got the Portuguese god of wrestling, Kevin Silva, a former World Tag Team Champion, just not even a full week removed from that unforgettable ladder match at Exodus. Joined, as always, by the lovely Soria. Biggest test of his career right here as he goes one-on-one with the outcast Brett Angel. It was surprising many didn't decide to cash in his rematch clause for the International Championship, saying Matt Devious will always be around, and, well, if his word is true, he's going to be International Champion for a long time. So I'll come back to it when I'm good and ready. For now, I've got some other avenues to explore, and we found out what that meant earlier tonight, guys, when the Kingdom came out here. George King and his goons actually attempted to attack me. They drank my Mountain Dew. They were about to put me through the announce table before Brett Angel came out, not to save me, it would seem. And I'll try not to hold that against him. I've still got that little cut in my finger from the barbed wire. But again, I don't hold grudges, except against Ted Dickens. But anyway, George King, in the end, ended up laying out Brett Angel with his patented royal flush. I mean, Angel's had about an hour and a half now to recover, but is he at 100%? I can tell you for sure Kevin Silva isn't. He took some nasty spills in that ladder match. But he's here. Silva has been saying for weeks now he deserves a shot at the Alpha World Championship. Beating Brett Angel is a big first step towards getting what he wants. My fingers are still bleeding now. I know. I'm not blaming Brett or anything. I mean, he did throw at me barbed wire disguised in a scarf, but, I'm sure he didn't mean to do it. Don't have any Mountain Dew out here, but I'll be reimbursed. I'll send him an invoice. Saria, as always, talking in the ear of her client. This is the type of match that Kevin Silva has been waiting for. The upper echelon of Genesis. The big leagues. Kevin Silva, a submission expert. I'm sure that he saw what happened to Brett Angel earlier tonight at the hands of the Kingdom. And he is a smart man. It was Angel's midsection that's going to be hurting. And that's just perfect for Silva because his signature maneuver is that Olympic stretch. Angel has got to be on his toes in this one, guys. At all costs, must avoid getting trapped in that submission. Coming off of 3 consecutive losses at the hands of Matt Devious, who we saw earlier tonight defeat Reese Ortiz. Brett Angel wasted no time getting into another debacle. Brett Angel's the type of guy who just enjoys confrontation. I think he thrives off of it. But picking a fight with someone like George King after what he did to Joshua at Exodus and being backed up by those two tanks, Joe Dirt and Max Ryder, Angel's pretty much just saying, fuck it, jumping into the deep end. Is there too much on the mind of the unmatched legend to focus on someone the caliber of Kevin Silva, who just gingerly walked by our camera there? Hello, how are you? So here we go, our co-main event, Kevin Silva, Brett Angel, 1-on-1. Referee rings the bell. Swoops behind it, does Kevin Silva early on. This is a first-time meeting. Both guys gonna wanna feel each other out. Kevin Silva, who has that wrestling background. Angel's not gonna stand a chance against him on the canvas. Needs to stand it up, that's what he does. Scoop slam, maybe wants to follow it up with that corkscrew elbow drop, but no. Reverse DDT. Silva picks him back up, cheeky jab to the jaw. Right through with a snap vertical suplex, float over lateral press to pin. Oh, not even a 1 count. Punch to the back, and again. I must reiterate that neither one of these guys is at 100%. Kevin Silva brandishing the bruises of that ladder match at Exodus, whereas Brett Angel receiving into that royal flush onto the concrete not an hour and a half ago. Knee smash to the elbow, kick to the back. Now gonna prop him up on all fours, double axe handle. Brett Angel seems to have found his target. Kevin Silva slides back in after only a momentary breather on the outside. Ooh. Boot to the chest. You see how well Kevin Silva knows his surroundings, though. He rolled out of the ring a moment ago. Now he rolls out onto the apron, using the ropes to pick himself up. Brett Angel delivers a closed fist to the face. Over the shoulders. Nope, reverse DDT. Back into the ring goes Silva. And just going to mock the Outcast, a former multi-time unmatched world champion. Kevin Silva for weeks has been tweeting and saying, I deserve better opponents. Just last week he was insulted that he was fighting Mike Miles. And now here he is, not taking someone like Brett Angel seriously, and this is what you get for it. Jackhammer! Into the pin. 1. Only a 1 count. Ooh, Angel looks to finish that off early. Slingshot senton usually leads right into the blackest night, but look at that. The cheeky Mink Saria getting involved, trying to give Kevin Silva some time to recuperate, which he does. Rolls out of the way of that punch. Clothesline does not even knock Angel down. Boot to the face doesn't faze the Outcast. Silva needs something big. Samoan drop does the deed. Kevin Silva smacking away that punch attempt. Drop kick thwarted. Wait a minute! Brett Angel, we are seeing the giant swing resurface a whole lot this week. And now it's Silva's turn to go for the ride. Around and around and around we go. Hopefully none of y'all are squeamish. Silva hitting the back of his head off the canvas. The referee, though, falling for Saria's little tricks. Playing with the top turnbuckle. Shucka-ducka, quack, quack, and a leg drop, too. Angel could have had the match won right there, but thanks to Saria, That is not to be. This is exactly what we saw Mike Miles go through last week. He had Kevin Silva beat, but then Sarria stuck her beautiful hands into the mix, and well, a whole nother outcome is what we got. Swinging for the fence with a double axe handle. Sarria throws in a steel chair now, guys. Deadlift powerbomb. I don't think Silva's going to get a chance to use it, though. Angel is destroying him at the moment. Vintage Angel! Vintage Angel! Gets it off without a hitch. Not content to try to go for the pin, though. There's that boxing background. Heavy Irish whip. Sternum first into the top turnbuckle. Irish whip again. Knocks down James. Red Angel does not care. He's seeing red right now. He lost his title. Then the Kingdom beat him up. And now Kevin Silva is trying to cheat to win. Angel's had enough. Elbow to the side of the head. Silva gonna go high? No, I didn't think so. He's no high flyer. Oh, Olympic stretch! Angel immediately reverses it. Referee James sees the chair. Sarria again in the ear of Brett Angel. I mean, she is very beautiful, but come on, Brett. You know better than to fall for something like this. Kevin Silva back to his feet from behind. Another Samoan drop on the menu. Angel with an arm drag. Dirt off his shoulders. Ain't no thing. And looking at Sarria like, this your boy? Slingshot back into the center of the ring. Wipes the sweat from his face, the paint that's getting in his eyes. Doesn't want to blind himself. And now, to hammer that final nail into the coffin of Kevin Silva. The blackest night reversed. Northern Light suplex. That's got to be one of the greatest counters I have ever seen. And now Angel on the verge of tapping out. Olympic stretch is locked in. Angel's got nowhere to go. Will the Outcast tap? He will. Wow, Kevin Silva with a big help from Sarria again beats a legend. Quote unquote beats. Not a good week for Brett Angel. I know one guy who's happy with that result, and that's George King, who softened up that midsection perfectly for Kevin Silva to finish off Angel with the Olympic stretch. Something needs to be done about Sarria. These refs got to start doing their jobs, I tell you. But now, my fine feathered friends, it is time as Ralph makes a quick cameo to say hello to the CMV universe. Tops Newsome finally gets what he's been waiting for over a month. And that is Pat LaFave one-on-one for the Alpha World Championship. Originally, Tops came to Genesis winning an 8-man over-the-top rope battle royal to earn a championship match. But in the weeks that would follow, Pat LaFave would always find a way to weasel out of it, whether that was leaving the arena or having Tops Newsome arrested by the crooked cops, the police squad. Most recently, inside of the Hell in a Cell, where Reese Ortiz was added to the mix, Pat would capitalize by low-blowing Ortiz, hitting him with his signature leg drop to retain. But now Pat has been backed into a corner. The regime is a sinking ship. Braxton Sutter is no help. He got his ass whooped by Click earlier tonight. Does Tops Newsome The Puppet Master finally have Pat right where he wants him. He's playing those strings, baby. Just might make history tonight. Tops Newsom, one of the most decorated superstars to ever come out of Unmatched. Held both of the major titles, and if he walks out as Alpha World Champion tonight, would make history as the first ever to win 3 major titles in CMV. Tops Newsom granted this opportunity by Cass LaFave and Dave Turner, delivering the news to Pat himself at the top of the show after he threw him into a steel gate, a garage door, and applied mind control. You know, I've been saying that, excuse me, but I realized that Sunshine only ever held the Unmatched Global World Championship when they were unified. See, Tops was Global Champion, and then he won the Unmatched Unified World Championship. So he actually won both titles. Sunshine only won the title when it was unified. So really, Tops would be the first ever to do it. I mean, you could count Sunshine in a way, but I personally wouldn't. And there he is, the bastard, the snake, the man who has tainted the water of Genesis all season long. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. But I talked about it at Exodus during the Hell in a Cell triple threat too. Pat might be late in his years, but he was at one point the best. Passed on everything he knows to Tim, and look at Tim to be the legend that he is today here in CMV. And no matter how he did it, Pat did retain at Exodus. He's sneaky, he's conniving, and you can never count him out. I know everybody and their mamas is wanting Pat to finally get his comeuppance. Tops Newsom is at the very top of that list. The Alpha World Championship is what it is about. The winner of this match will represent the yellow brand in the main event of validation in that Champion of Champions triple threat. The Puppet Master has had a up and down roller coaster ride since coming to Genesis. But this is what he's been waiting for. And he's ready. Look at him. Chomping at the bit like a bull about to be released from the pen. Pat LaFave, cold, calculating. Always has a plan. Always. You might not always know what it is. It's never obvious. But you can tell by that sly smirk. Tops has got to have eyes in the back of his head as the championship is passed off to James. Tops Newsom hardly even looks at it. He's looking right through our official. The moment this bell rings, it is going to be war. Tops Newsom Pat LaFave, Alpha World Championship. Ring that bell, let's get it on. Middle of the ring, and Pat, see ya bye, gut wrench suplex. Trip up by Tops though, kick to the back. Someone said it recently, you can never beat Father Time. He's the downfall of us all. And Pat, I don't know how much longer he can compete at the level he has been against the type of talent he's been in the ring with. He tried to build himself an army. He tried to build himself a regime, but brick by brick, it's been taken apart by Cass, by Dave, by the Rebellion, by the Kingdom, by the Remnants. Will the final piece be dispatched by Tops Newsom? You, brother. Don't blame Tops. Going for that choke, but watch it. You don't want to throw this opportunity out the window with a DQ. Stomp to lower back, and again, Tops with a smile on his face the entire time this match is going on as he gets to pick Pat apart limb by limb. Look at that joint manipulation. Knee drop to the kidneys, roll through, stomp to the knee. Now going for the head. Ooh, gouging the eyes. This isn't a match, guys. This is akin to torture. One. Only a 1 count, though. Kick to the back. That awoke the sleeping dragon. Pat tries to bum rush Tops and gets a European uppercut clothesline combo for his troubles. Another choke. Tops says, "This is all you got, old man? You geriatric joker," to take a line from Dash. Kicks to the back of the knee, though. Tops is going to easily overpower the Elder LaFave. Elbow to the gut, and again, a third time sets him free before Tops can pull off whatever he was going for with the ropes there. Spinning soul kick again into the corner, but Tops Newsom ejects with an elbow. Irish whip. Dodges it, does Pat a stomp to the quad. Kick to the midsection. Arm drag though. Pat is down, back up. Tops is waiting for him. Flapjack. Stomp to the lower back. Once again. Going to target every single exposed limb he can get his hands on. Pulling apart those fingers, wrenching the wrist back. Knee drop, roll through. As Pat LaFave gets fully mounted and Tops raining down a hellfire with those fists. Stomp to the midsection on his way out. Stomp to the face. And now just boots to the back of the head. Tops Newsom stomping a mud hole in Pat LaFave tonight and looking to walk it dry. Going after the ankle. Is there a part of Pat's body that is safe from the onslaught of the Puppet Master? One. Only another 1 count though. Tops Newsom. What's he looking for? Rejected by LaFave. Kick to the midsection. Standing belly to belly. Wait a minute. Wait! It's El Jefe! Mr. Money in the Bank! What? El Jefe! Is he gonna do it? The human fish! He's cashing in! El Jefe's cashing in! He's made this a triple threat! The Arriba Man! With Tops down, is looking to capitalize! El Jefe has officially cashed in his Money in the Bank contract! Was that a mistake though after what he went through earlier tonight in that 4 corners tornado tag? Tops Newsom back to his feet like, what the hell is going on? Pat LaFave now has to worry about 2 challengers again. Doesn't even have to be pinned or submitted to lose his championship now. Tops going after Jefe. Through the ropes. Hangman's DDT. One. Only a 1 count though. Stomped out onto the face. Tops Newsome in no good mood. With El Jefe trying to butt into his opportunity. Inverted atomic drop. Double leg drop to the nether region. Here comes Pat to cut Jefe off with a standing drop kick. Mr. Money in the Bank drops down to the outside. Pat LaFave. Deadlift, gut wrench suplex, not just one. Not just two. But 3. And now Pat, if he does this, I will eat my shorts. Going for the MTA. Tops rejects it though. Reversal with a puppet master. And now the former Mr. Money in the Bank. Wow! Pop-up Hurricane Rana. Tops waiting in the wings. Jefe clips him with the heel of his boot though. Into the pin. Will we have a new Alpha World Champion? No, only a 1 count. El Jefe seeing his chance to main event validation, the biggest CMV pay-per-view of all time. Tops Newsome looking around before dropping the DDT. And Tops channeling what energy he can. Whatever's left. Clothesline. Clothesline again. Ducks Jefe's clothesline quickly with a snap power slam. Pass back up though. Tops sees him. Knife edge chop. Over the shoulder. Drops sternum first on the top rope. Into the pin as Tops have it. 1, 2, no. Goes after the chest now. Prepping for some elbows. Gut wrench suplexes too many, says Tops. Another pin. Tops is desperate. Now that El Jefe has made this a triple threat, Tops is trying to finish things off any single opening he gets. Jefe back into the ring. Takes out Tops Newsome with that wheel kick. Pat gonna try to steal the pin. Now Tops goes for the pin. I should say Jefe goes for the pin on Tops. No! Goes for the low blow again, but Jefe clips him with the knee. And now Jefe has Pat busted open. The Alpha World Champion. His golden ticket, that low blow, didn't pay off for him. Goodbye, Pat. Jefe says this is between me and Tops, the 2 men who finished the Royal Rumble last year. And Tops! The Puppet Master! Looking to go! Coast to coast! Pat is unconscious ringside. Does Tops have it? No! El Jefe! Right back up. And here comes LaFave. I don't know how the hell he's standing again. Bleeding profusely from the cut on his forehead. Look at him just watch as Tops Newsome and El Jefe beat the hell out of each other. Wow! Rainbow Cutter and LaFave. 1, 2. Pinned the wrong man. Tops is still down. There goes Jefe. LaFave. 1, 2. Oh my God. I thought he had it. Tops had those precious few seconds though. Oh, what's going on? The crowd is just deafening silence now in anticipation for what's going to happen next. As El Jefe Seated position outside. Pat's gonna get it this time. MTA, MTA, MTA. El Jefe, what are you doing? Jefe, what are you doing? Jefe! Oh my God, the cheeky fish. Breaking up the submission just before Tops can submit. Tops, guys, is done. I don't know how he comes back into this one after all the damage he's taken. Sunset Flip powerbomb to the Alpha World Champion. And LaFave continues to be targeted. Dragon Sleeper applied by El Jefe. But Pat refuses to tap. Can't refuse that Hurricane Rana, though. All three men are down. What a match! What a match! Tops is the only one stirring as he tries to take the pin on Pat. One, but El Jefe breaks it up. And Tops! No! Straight to touch reverse by El Jefe! Oh my God! Tops hit with his own move. And El Jefe, moments away as he beckons for Pat to rise. Going for that rolling face buster. There it is. He doesn't pin him, what? What are you doing, Jefe? Throwing Pat to the outside. Wait a minute, what is this? What the hell is this? What the fuck? I have never seen this before. And then a kick to the face. El Jefe back into the ring where Tops is waiting for him. Tops again just gonna take that pin as it comes to him. Only a 2 count. Tops Newsome, El Jefe. Will one of these men walk out as the new Alpha World Champion? Pat looking up at the lights. No! Strings attached! He got it that time! But can he pin him quick enough? One! You gotta be kidding me! Pat in the nick of time, breaking up the pin. And now, last chancery! Last chancery! Will Tops tap? Will Pat retain against the odds? Tops Newsome is trapped! Nowhere to go! The crowd is silent. But no, Tops, the heart of the Puppet Master. And Pat having no idea where he is right now. Dropped on that top rope again. One, two. What is it going to take, man? This match is so legendary. Our sound system's breaking. And look at El Jefe. Chilling like a villain. Pat sent to the outside a second time. Tops turns right around to the drop kick. He saw it coming though. Back body drop hanging on for dear life. And El Jefe gonna give him a taste of what Pat got a little bit earlier. It's like a, I don't even know, a surfboard stretch variation. And then this straight kick to the face. It's not false count anywhere though. El Jefe seeing Pat as the weaker target. The weaker target? The weaker target. Gonna try to go after him. Missed the stop though. Pat, heavy Irish whip. Throws the former Mr. Money in the Bank back into the ring. This is the first ever cash that we've had in the middle of a match to make it a triple threat. Gut wrench suplex, stop to the face. There's the last chancery again. Tops Newsome nearly tapped out to it. And now, what are you doing, Tops? Oh, thank the Lord, El Jefe is able to escape. Because Newsome's just standing there on the apron waiting for his opening. Pat is still not out of this one yet, though. Tops Newsome, I couldn't even tell you what he's doing over there in the corner. All three guys just throwing hands now. Desperation. Dragon suplex. Clothesline to Pat. And the choke. It's legal now. There's no disqualifications in a triple threat. Pat rolls to the outside. And with it, loosens his grip on the Aqua World Championship. I'm on the edge of my seat right now. Misses the clothesline. El Jefe trying to kick out that knee, it seems. Kick to the midsection, throat thrust. Tom Susum's got nothing left, though. Him and Pat were already putting on a hell of a singles match before El Jefe cashed in. Jump into shark! Into a straightjacket German. Pat again is back up, but the Dragon Sleeper is locked in on tops. Will he tap? Pat LaFave misses the breakup. No, he makes it. Irish whip off the ropes, tries to jump the shark again. Pat dodges it, not that forearm smash. Knife edge chop, kick to the midsection. Receives the kick under the knee instead. The low blow! No! Not again! Not again, you son of a bitch! 1, 2, 3, no! You have got to be kidding me! Silence in the arena. The feed just cut off. What happened? Where are we? Hello? Check 1, 2. That was what? Literally, Genesis just exploded. What's happening? Hello? Hello? You guys hear me? The feed just cut off. Maybe Cass LaFave and Dave Turner in astonishment just told the production crew, turn it off, shut it all off, shut it down, as soon as Pat got the 3 count. What the hell? Wow. Well, I guess this is how we're ending the show, guys. Genesis just abruptly went off the air. We didn't even get a championship celebration for Pat LaFave, who again used that fucking low blow to retain El Jefe. Just wasted his money in the bank. Oh my God. I can't believe it. Wow. There's nothing to say. There's nothing to say, guys. That's... Thank you for tuning in and watching Genesis, as always, full of surprises. And let's just say a quick prayer that whatever this glitch is doesn't reset my data. But other than that, you all know the drill. I hope you have a great weekend. I know Pat's going to. And I will see you all on Monday. Wow.